Hey everyone, so I'm kind of on a video making spout today. I don't know. But today I wanted to kind of sit down and make a couple videos and kind of just talk about what's been on my mind recently, and I clearly have not changed. So clearly I just shot the Canada Goose like rant video. If you guys wanted to check that out, knock yourself out. I know it's a really long video. I have a lot to say, and I like to talk a lot, and I would love for you guys to join the conversation, as always, in the comment section down below. But today, as far as this video goes, it has nothing to do with Canada Goose, nothing to do about reviews or anything. It kind of just has to do with the goals that I have set myself, or set up for myself, for 2016. So I guess they're like my New Year's resolutions, but these were two things that I decided to do in like November. I decided to like mid-November, okay, let's start from the beginning. Mid-November to the beginning of November, I was hit one day with remembering about Spartan races, and I think I've been thinking about signing up for the 10K again this year. For the last couple of years, for the last 3 years in a row, I have done a 10K, and I really have enjoyed that experience, as painful and as fun and as, you know, tear-filled and as sore and all those wonderful things filled experience it has been. I heard of Spartan races about a year or two ago, and I finally decided to sit down one day and do some research about Spartan races. And for any of you that know me and know how I love to obsess over things, usually once I find something that I really enjoy or that's really captivating my interest, I like research the shit out of it, and that's basically what I have done. As you can tell, there is actually a Spartan schedule that I printed up and is behind me. I have done so much research. I have read people's blogs, I have looked up workouts, I have worked up diets and like what you should be eating, clothing, what you should be wearing as far as during a Spartan race, and kind of what everything and anything that I should know going into this situation. I am, first off, I am super excited and terrified of what is to come in the next basically 7 months. I have about 7 months to train for this race. I've done an obstacle course before, and I showed up that day to the starting line with no training, no prep, no nothing. I was absolutely out of shape. I mean, I still am out of shape. No, I'm not overweight necessarily, or obese, or have like super, like, I don't really have issues with my diet or anything. I know when I'm eating terrible, I gain weight. I know when I'm eating healthy and I'm staying active and I'm going to the gym 5 to 6 to 7 days a week, that I am, you know, in shape, getting better and becoming healthy. So it's really not a matter of losing weight, or it really doesn't have anything to do with any of that. It's really, I just wanted to, I've been a little bit depressed and stressed out lately, and just been kind of going through a couple things in life that have, you know, driven me to find something that I can focus on and that I can kind of obsess over to kind of help me get over the like other little shitty things that are going on right now. So I decided that, you know, working out and training is definitely one of my healthy outlets. It's, you know, I go to the gym and I can work out for X amount, like I can work out for forever. I love going to the gym. I enjoy working out. I enjoy lifting weights. I hate fucking running though. I really hate running, and I have signed up for a Spartan Sprint race, which is I guess it's where they recommend you start. It is kind of the first, it's kind of like the beginning, I don't know how to, words and thoughts and English is escaping me right now. Spartan Sprint is kind of the beginning of like the tier of races that they have. Spartan Sprint is where they recommend, and where a lot of people I've been reading recommend you start, because it is considered to be the easiest of all the races that they host and that they do. And I decided, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna start somewhere. I have to start somewhere, so I'll start with Spartan Sprint. It is about a 5-kilometer run, but because of the obstacles, I know it's going to feel a lot longer. So a lot of you are probably like, oh, well, you've run 10K, so 5K shouldn't be that bad. And I'm like, I only run once a year, and it's for the 10K. So I know mentally I can definitely get myself through a run, but I don't want to show up the day of at the starting line with no training or no really prep, because I've made a commitment to myself where even if I start training, if I end up slacking for the next 4 months and decide to train 3 months before the race, that I'm not going to do the race, solely because I know that if I do that, I am giving myself like the worst possible chance to really enjoy and do the race to the best of my abilities. I went to the gym yesterday, and for any of you that follow me on Instagram, saw that I ran 2K, 2 freaking kilometers, and I was dying. I'm so out of shape when it comes to running and cardio and everything else. Like, my body is so weak compared to where it used to be, and I always do this to myself. Like, I am the type of person that will train 6 to 7 days a week, 5 days a week, that will go on these, like, benders of just training and working out constantly, eating healthy, and, you know, really getting into shape and being happy about it, and then I'll just stop. And I'll fall out of the routine, and then it's just like the excuses take over. But by doing this video, I am throwing my commitment out into the world. So I am not only going to be disappointing myself, but I'll be embarrassing myself, I feel, if I don't commit. If I don't work out, which I plan on doing tonight, I will go and fucking run and train. There's a lot of things about this experience that I'm nervous about and that I'm excited about, because I know that there's going to be blood, sweat, and tears that go into this training alone. Put the race aside. Like, the race is a whole nother thing, but, like, the training aspect of it, I have to learn to climb a motherfucking rope. I have never climbed a rope in my entire life. I don't even know where to find a rope to climb, to learn how to climb. There's a park that I live nearby, which I'm really happy for, that once the weather stops being really fucking weird, I'll probably go and start running in and start training in, mostly because it's all hills, and they have a park area as well, like a kids playground where they have monkey bars, which I know I'm going to have to like learn how to do. I haven't had problems climbing monkey bars, but I know I'm going to have to learn how to do pull-ups and do pull-ups properly and be able to lift my own body weight and be able to run hills, run up hills, down hills, carrying weight, like just running myself. And luckily, I actually picked up, I'm so excited, because you know what? I'm one of those type of people that loves to buy new gear just because it gives me another level of just excitement and drive to actually go to the gym. So I bought these pair of Salomon trail running shoes for the race. I actually came across them at SPARTA on sale for $65, so I really couldn't say no to them. I have yet to run in them, and I think I have decided to keep them. I have still like a month and a half to return them if I so choose to, but all that aside, I think I'm going to keep them, but I'm really excited about these shoes. I'm excited to wear them. I'm excited to train in them. Aside from these ones, I use these Asics at the gym, and I've run all the 10Ks in these Asics, which I love. I bought them years ago, and clearly I am not a runner, because most running shoes and people that are actual runners, running shoes don't last 3 to almost 4 years. They last a couple of months. So clearly you can tell I'm not a runner. So I'm going to have to build up my cardio. I am going to have to become a runner. I'm going to have to learn to enjoy it, because not only do I have to run 5 kilometers, I have to run 5 kilometers in the middle of the summertime, in the heat. I don't do well in heat. This pale body, this pale soul was not made for heat and summertime. I very much enjoy the winter. I prefer being in the cold as long as I'm warm. But I don't do well in heat whatsoever, or humidity, so I'm going to have to get over that. As well as I'm going to have to be able to run with no music, and music for me, when either snowboarding or working out, it just helps me kind of tune out everything and stop thinking and kind of just get into the rhythm of what I'm doing, and it helps me kind of block everything out and focus on just my body. So that's going to be a challenge. And then being able to also do this race with no water on me, I don't think I'm going to run with my Camelback. I've always done the 10 cases with my Camelback, which is basically, for all of you who don't know what it is out there, it is a backpack. It's one of those fairly slim backpacks that you could sometimes see with people like running or working out with, or mostly running or biking with, that has like that blue hose, or has a hose that comes off the back of it, and it has this silicone bladder on the inside that basically holds water and you can drink from it. It's basically like a glorified water bottle that holds a lot of water. I think this race I am not going to run with it, only obviously if I can train and be able to do the distance without the water, which right now I cannot do. But I believe that I can train over the next couple of months to get myself to a place where I can do it. I mean, that's just the running part of it. I mean, I have to learn to do pull-ups. I have to be able to climb a rope. I have to fucking jump over fire, which is like mind-blowing enough as it is. I have to run with something heavy, which, I mean, I'm not intimidated by. Climbing under barbed wire, I'm not intimidated by either. I'm really excited to take this challenge and really dive into this, and kind of, the reason I'm posting this video is not only to just kind of make the commitment like real to me, but I'm thinking about possibly doing vlogs at the gym and just kind of taping my experience as the months go along and kind of bring you guys along with me. Let me know if you guys are interested in seeing more videos like this, and like more videos like that, and maybe with the training and the running and me throwing up and bleeding and crying, and I know I'm going to cry, because, you know, I mean, there's a point where you push yourself and it's like you push yourself, but when you really start pushing yourself, I mean, I've never needed a trainer to push me, because I am my own worst critic, and I will kick my own ass. I mean, I set my Nike app, my running app, to 7 kilometers yesterday, and I only ran 2, and I beat myself up over it. I was very disappointed, but it is what it is. The first day is always the fucking worst. It's always the hardest, too. So yeah, it is what it is. I know that the next couple of weeks are going to suck. They're going to be, you know, brutal, because I'm not where I used to be, and I usually like to start training at the pace where I used to be, but I know it's not this time around, because I'm training for something that's very much endurance and very, like, I just have to basically build up my cardio, be able to lift my own weight and carry some 15 pounds of weight with me while I run. That is something that's like that I can get past, but you also have to build up the endurance, because it is very much an endurance run, and it doesn't scare me. I'm really excited to be able to not only get in shape, but to get past all my fears, which is disappointing myself and disappointing, you know, I don't know how to explain this. I'm rambling at this point. I don't know where that thought was going. But basically, the reason I don't want to just show up race day with no training or anything is because I don't feel like I'll be giving myself the best possible opportunity at succeeding and doing very well in this race. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you who have, for any of you who have done one of these races or have done all the races, because there's a lot of people who have done all of these types of Spartan races, please give me advice, tell me your stories, let me know what kind of training you guys do in the comment section down below. I really need some motivation, and I need, you know, I would love to hear as much knowledge as I can to prep myself for this race. But I really want to do the best that I possibly can. I mean, there are people that run these races that are basically elite athletes that basically train every fucking day. They're in the best shape of their lives, and I want to be, you know, maybe not top athlete level, but I definitely want to give myself the chance at being the best possible shape that I can be and running this race. I want to run the whole race. I don't want to walk. I don't want to half-ass anything. I want to fucking run this race, and I want to get it done. I'm so excited and, again, so nervous. But again, for any of you who have done these races and have some advice, I would love to hear it. I would love to be reading some stories. I've been reading a lot of people's blogs, and it's just making me more and more excited, and it's really giving me insight as far as what I need to get done as far as training goes. But as far as that goes, that's kind of all I wanted to talk about in this video. I am scared, I'm excited, I am nervous. I am really amped to focus on something for the next next 7 months. I'm not drinking for the next 7 months, which everybody that I said that to so far is just like, really? Really? You're not drinking for 7 months? I'm like, well, yeah, no, I'm not gonna, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm not gonna, it's just, it sets you back the next day. Like, every time that I've drank recently, like, I'll wake up in the morning the next day and I just feel so dehydrated, I feel so gross, and it's just not worth it to me at this point, especially not if I'm going to be, prepping myself for something like this. It just, it's like you get 5 steps ahead and then it just kind of takes you back 2 steps, so it's not worth it to me at this point. I mean, I was stubborn enough to be a vegetarian for almost 4 years. For those of you who don't know, I can definitely go 7 months without drinking. So I'm excited, and I hope, all of you give me some good advice down in the comment section down below. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and you guys, if any of you out there actually have goals or have any New Year's resolutions that you have already started or you're excited to start or are really amped on, succeeding, leave them in the comment section down below. I would love to hear what you guys are, kind of have set yourself up for this year, and hopefully we all succeed and we all don't cry too much getting through the training and the pain and the blisters and everything else that this is going to bring, basically. And I hope that you guys will stay tuned if you guys want to check out hopefully the upcoming vlogs and blogs and everything in between, and are having a wonderful night. So I'm gonna shut up now, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!